guys, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be pretty cool. I put in a lot of effort into it and I enjoyed filming it a lot, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it because there's a lot of stuff in it. It covers a lot of things. Mostly we're gonna talk about different things that have changed in style, in art, different things that are trendy, things that you know, are not so cool, but mostly the things that I appreciate about those different areas, like my personal take on those things. And so we're going to talk about jewelry, we're going to talk about style, different elements in fashion, in art as well, in social media. So yeah, let's jump right into that. The elephant in the room to address really quick. I did straighten my hair and it looks a little different. You can tell how blonde it is, and also how long it is. Like, it's quite long. Don't let the shrinkage deceive you guys. My curly people know what I'm talking about. But anyways, also did something fun with my makeup today. It's very colorful. Okay, now let's actually. The first thing I wanted to talk about in this video are general aesthetics, but we're gonna start with the Pinterest girl aesthetic. So from what I've gathered, the Pinterest girl aesthetic is very much focused on skincare, eating healthy. For some reason we see the color green like really resonant with this aesthetic, but it just seems very like classy and put together. The other aesthetic I wanted to talk about that I think actually suits me better is called Avant Basic. Basically, this aesthetic focuses more on prints and patterns, uses a lot of different colors, and allows you to kind of mix basics with more funky pieces. I love all the colors and patterns in it, especially florals, and I feel like it's very much my style. I try to incorporate it as much as possible. Another thing I really like about this aesthetic actually is the makeup. It's very colorful, you can do a lot of different things with it, and I feel like it's very complementary to the avant-garde aesthetic. Unfortunately though, this aesthetic has become popular with certain pieces that will go out of style soon because of how repetitive they are. The green House of Sunny dress that I'm seeing everywhere, and this other green jumper which is literally all over the internet right now. The next thing I wanted to talk about was kind of just fashion in general. One of the things that I've been really into recently is wearing big graphic tees in a variety of prints and colors. I think these are super cool. You can pair them in lots of fun ways. Another cool thing I've been into recently is layering, and I like layering different like colors and textures. I'm really fond of like midi skirts. I really like layering those skirts or dresses actually with different shirts, sometimes with button downs on top. I think it adds a really cool element to your outfit. That's also a good way to incorporate different textures, different fabrics. Something that I think is also super relevant right now is the whole like sneakerhead movement. I don't necessarily consider myself a sneakerhead because I don't have a huge collection, but I think that that's really cool how some people are super into that. I also think that cowboy boots are just so fabulous. They're so cool, guys, but unfortunately I do think they're gonna be out of style soon, so we'll see where that goes. Another thing that I'm totally like into right now, but I think will also go away pretty soon, are trucker hats. These are really cool, but I feel like the chunkiness of them, and then also how they're not exactly the most versatile accessory, might have them go out of style pretty soon. Two elements in fashion right now that are actually reminiscent of the 2000s that I really like are the 90s kind of rectangle vibe sunglasses and airbrush t-shirts. I think those are super cool. And I hope that those stay around for a longer time. The Y2K aesthetic isn't really my thing, but then like the softer 2000s vibe definitely is. We can kind of see how they're coming back with the coconut girl aesthetic, and while they're not exactly my vibe, I still think that they're super cool. Also reminiscent of the 2000s are the baguette bags that it seems like everyone has, but that's because they're cool and they go with everything. And claw clips, which are actually just super practical. I don't know why those ever went out of style, but they're back now apparently. I love them so much and I think they're super cute. The last thing about fashion that I think is super like practical but also self-expression is the use of tote bags. I love how these are kind of back now as a like an acceptable thing, not just something you take to the grocery store. I love seeing different patterns and the things that people come up with to put on them. Probably my favorite part of this video right now is gonna be the jewelry. Guys, if you follow me for a long time, you know that I'm super into jewelry. I love to make jewelry, but also just to wear it. I've really been into like the glass, but also kind of like pearl look that has been going around. Also like layering and stacking different necklaces and bracelets. That's super cool to me. I also, guys, am super into the chunky rings, and these are kind of debatable because not everyone likes them, but personally, I love them and I think they're so cool. There's some big brands producing these that you can buy from, but as I find them to be kind of expensive, I prefer making my own and they turn out just as cool. Personally, I'm someone who likes to do my nails a lot, so when nail art kind of became a trend, you can imagine how excited I was. I love seeing like floral designs on nails. I think those are super cute, but also from time to time something more funky, something a little different, more colorful, or like abstract is cool to see as well. I feel like those are definitely like statement nails if you're into that. I'm totally into that, and I'm really glad that this is the trend right now. So basically at the root of any movement or aesthetic is art. So first of all, I wanted to talk about David Hockney's art. It's super inspiring to me. I love the use of color, of patterns. I also love how he's been making art for a very long time. That's very inspirational to me. So this art definitely, it resonates with my vibe very much. Next, I wanted to talk about an artist that I actually discovered recently. His name is Ken Doan. He's an Australian artist. Similarly to Hockney's, I like his use of color, but also incorporating different patterns and motion in his art, and to me that's like so awesome. If you've been on the internet, you definitely know about James Turrell's art, his light art, his exhibitions. I really want to go to one someday, but for now I'll settle at just looking at them online. I really like how he takes color and light and then understands how they work and how they complement each other, and turns that into something really cool, these awesome exhibitions. Another element of art that's sometimes not considered art, but I think it is interior design. I really like seeing these examples of incorporating different patterns, lots of different textiles and elements, as well as furniture, posters or magazine covers or just frame art, and I think that that's super cool. And it's definitely a really great way to express the things you like in a space that's very personal to you. So I've talked a lot on my channel about Instagram and what it is as an app, but for today's video I wanted to focus on the fact that it's becoming more casual, and I really appreciate that actually, because it's so fun to just put out, you know, whatever you're feeling or just random things. I really like that, and so seeing people post more both on their feed and on their story about just the fun things they're experiencing, something cool that they saw, or you know, just other silly things. I really appreciate that, how that's becoming more common, more mainstream, and I hope that that continues after the pandemic is over, because that's just something super cool, and that's how I think Instagram should work anyways. Whether it's because of the pandemic or just in general, I feel like we have developed a lot of habits, and most of these are good habits and some of them not so great, but I wanted to talk about the good ones. First of all, I feel like everyone's kind of finding more creative things to do with the people they love, hanging out with friends, whether that be, you know, in public places, being careful, or at home, you know, finding different things to do. I think that that's super cool. It's also really cool to see more people cooking, and I know this is kind of weird because it's like, okay, cooking, it's not a big deal. Well, I think that it's something else. It's just different. It's special. And just seeing people cooking more, at least posting about it, to me that's super cool, and it's a very grounding thing to see. So I don't know, it's just something I appreciate. People have also been going back to using film cameras or digital cameras, and that is like the coolest thing ever to me. I use one for this channel for when I vlog, but it's cool to see like the variety and people kind of just digging up their cameras to use them now. Another thing that I'm so glad is like a thing now is that people are making their own jewelry, especially bead jewelry. That's like so cool to me. I love doing that. I do that with my friends, by myself, and I think it's such a cool alternative to buying jewelry that's like mass produced. On a side note, I'm so glad that people are making phone straps now. I'm glad we're using these again. They're not always the most practical thing, like to hold your phone, but they're so cute and I love seeing the variety of them. The way people put them together, the beads they choose to use, or when they put their names in it, I think it's just super cute and I hope that people keep wearing these. The last thing that a lot of people have started doing or picked up in the last year or so is crochet, and I think that's so cool because you have an alternative to like buying crochet when you can make your own things. So I think it's so cool, people making hats and bags and lots of different things. I think if you know how to crochet, good for you. I am still gonna teach myself, but I think that that's a super cool thing that people have started doing, and I hope people keep doing it. Okay guys, so that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed making it. I hope it was somewhat, I don't know, maybe it helped you understand me and like my style, my art a little bit better. If not, I hope it was entertaining to say the least, or at least, you know, pretty to look at. But yeah, that's some of the things that I personally like and appreciate, and I thought I would share with you guys. So that's all for today, kids. Make sure you like, subscribe, check out the gram, the Instagram, and yeah, you guys will see more content like this pretty soon probably, because I actually enjoyed this a lot. Like, I enjoyed this, and putting this video together was really fun as well, so I will definitely be making more like that for my channel. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Love you, beijo, abraço, see you later, ciao!